Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time, a familiar adventure for us, at least for the first minute.
Honestly, at least a hot minute.
That was about it. Today we're watching an episode called Whom Gods Destroy.
Whom Gods
Which is
Destroy.
a fucking awesome title. And if we weren't watching Season 3, I'd have high hopes.
My hopes are pretty low.
But I guess we'll find out. We're going to get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Whom Gods Destroy. Feels good to actually really like a Season 3 episode.
Yeah,
like, damn,
definitely.
That was awesome. I really, really dug that. Oh man, that was so cool. Okay, let's talk about performances first, because some of the performances in this were great. We got some great William Shatner freakouts.
Yeah. they were phenomenal.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen that in a really long time. Reminds me of those Enemy Within days.
Yeah.
Classic I'm Captain Kirk activity, you know?
Indeed.
Because the episode centers around this character named Garth. Lord Garth.
Or Captain, depending on
No,
your flavor.
Lord Garth, Jacob. Lord Garth, who can shapeshift. They don't really fully explain that, do they?
They give it an explanation. The explanation went something along the lines of he was at a planet, and the inhabitants taught him how to
do that.
Molecularly morph your molecules?
How to blur the camera so much so that you could swap out your actors. So there's that. Lord Garth is beautifully played by one actor named Steve Enott. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. A fucking insane performance. Like,
I haven't seen a performance like this in a long time.
Yeah. One of the best, I think, just one-off Star Trek villains we've had. I really, really loved him. He's joined by a young green woman named Marta, played by Batgirl herself, Yvonne Craig, which I adore. I've seen I love the Adam West Batman show. I've seen the whole thing. I don't know. This would have been around the same time that she was doing Batgirl as well.
So it was actually Batgirl herself.
Yeah, it really was, and I think that's so cool. I don't know. She was
and
awesome.
We finally understand where the reputation of kissing
this
the real women comes from.
This is worth all the shirtless Shatners in the world. The fact that it's one of those like classic tropes. We're like, okay, it's William Shatner just kissed a bunch of green women. That's all he did. That's all he did. But he hasn't done that. He's never done that. He's kissed a lot of women. None of them have been green. But this, we finally get it.
I think it's funny. The more we watch this show, the more we're like, where do these stereotypes come from?
Yeah. I kind of hate that a lot of the famous things from this show come from its last season.
Right? I know.
Obviously, plenty from the first 2 seasons as well, but just, things that I've been kind of waiting for this whole time are in the worst season of the show.
At least it's made it this season actually worth watching, though.
Yeah. She was great. She
also gets blown up.
She does get blown up. She is doing her damn best in this episode. I love Yvonne Craig. She's great. Let's see. Oh yeah, I loved the whole. So on the scene where William Shatner gets his freak out moment. So Garth is disguised as Captain Kirk, and he tries to contact the Enterprise, and Scotty relays this 3D chess phrase back to him that he's supposed to respond to. It's a code. It's a code. And he can't do it, and so I have in my notes here. He gets Scott blocked. And so the second the feed goes off, he screams and shakes his fists and starts pounding the desk and the floor, and it's fucking hilarious. I love it.
William Shatner really got to go full ham for a minute there.
Yeah. On top of all that, we get a really nice character moment between Kirk and Spock too, where Garth starts analyzing the Kirk-Spock relationship, and he says to Spock, he's like, Kirk says you're like his brother, and Spock is like, well, he's a bit more literal with the term, but yes, I do care about him a lot, and I think that's awesome.
It's a nice open moment for these two characters who, the last few episodes have been joking, have this phenomenal 1-2 relationship.
Yeah. Also, we had to look it up because the chair looked too familiar. It's got to be the same prop from Dagger of the Mind.
It's got to be.
They just added some glowing lights to the top of it. That's it. That's all they did. It's the exact same prop otherwise. Which, my God, they held on to that for way too long.
Right? That wasn't destroyed for any reason at all.
Yeah. I don't know, man. yeah, it's great. Love that. Oh yeah, this great twist then when Kirk is like sprung from his attempted murder at the hands of the Green Woman. Spock comes in and he incapacitates her, and we
do this thing that I just mentioned, the 1-2 move.
Yeah. They the neck pinch that he does a couple times throughout this, and Spock gets him out of there, and they stop these guards, and they get to where they contact Scotty again, and Scotty relays it, and Kirk is like, Mr. Spock will relay the countersign to you, and he can't because Spock is in fact Garth, and it's brilliant. I love it.
It's such a good twist.
It's such a good twist. I fell in love with that. That was so cool. What else? Oh god. The whole thing at the end with the two Kirks. I love that whole sequence when Garth turns into Kirk and Spock trying to figure it out with a little scene at the end. We have like little like scene at the end where they talk about how Spock figured it out. It was just really fun to watch. I really loved that. Also, small thing, we had the Journey to Babel aliens in this.
Yeah,
which is really cool. The one with the blue antenna things and the pig people. Actually, the pig person looked better this episode.
He did.
Better this episode.
It makes me wonder if they were like maybe just props and costumes laying around.
Yeah, they had a lot. Actually, between that and the dagger and the mind share, I guess they had a few things lying around. I guess that they're just like, yeah, let's just use that.
They even managed to use the spacesuits.
Yeah,
from whatever episode that was.
Earlier this season. Yeah. Which I don't think like reused elements like that are kind of like what made a lot of this episode pretty great, because they're able to focus their efforts into like doing other things, like first off rehearsing more, I would imagine.
Oh god, yeah, please.
Hiring a lot more actors, getting better sets. Overall, it is one of the best season 3 episodes. I really like this.
And we're either far too excited because it's just an okay episode and we've seen a lot of bad ones lately.
Yeah.
Or it reminded us, or because it actually reminded us of something good from like season 1.
Yeah, we said this a couple times throughout the episode that it reminds us of season 1, and there are just a couple things in it that just reminded me of season 1 for some reason, and
I think down to like some of the performances, the way the relationships are handled.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I really did. That was awesome. So this was our first episode of 1969.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So and we are, after this episode now, we only have 10 episodes left in the season. We're in the final 10. I kind of can't believe that. That's so weird to me.
Mm-hmm. We're that far. The last 10 episodes.
Yeah, literally is the final countdown.
This is phenomenal. It really is.
Yeah.
Both because this season kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And because we watched a lot of Star Trek.
We have. Obviously not nearly as much as some people. But yeah, it feels like a lot at this point, and I'm really excited to get to the end of this and see where we go next.
Indeed.
So, yeah, I guess that about does it. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.